Workshop Watch. Here in the museum we build aeroplanes, restore cars and motorbikes, file, weld, hammer and tap, wonder, weld and plane some more. And they say that where you break an egg, chips fall. And that's what you're going to see here. Hello and welcome to Workshop Watch. My name is Achim Engels and I welcome you as the host of today's episode number 29, or our part 17 of the series How to Build an Airplane. There's a lot to see again today. Among other things, I will show you sewing the canvas seat in our serial number 020, installing the canvas seat in our serial number 020, the very first trial seat session, completing and installing the first fuel tank, Steffen sitting for the first time in serial number 020, painting small parts, installing the turtle deck in serial number 021, trial installation of the aluminum seat in serial number 021, determining the seating position for Steffen, completion of the second fuel tank for serial number 021, completion of the seat with suspension, installation of the tank and seat in 021, and we recognize Steffen fits in well. I hope you enjoy the next hour. If you have time and are near, come by the museum and see everything for yourself, or support the museum with a Patreon membership. We're looking forward to having you. The prototype at the time had the lightest possible seat, namely a simple canvas seat. This is what I am making here. A complete length of fabric is measured and cut, stitched at the outer edges and then sewn into a tube. This tube is then placed around the support tubes in the airplane structure and sewn together by hand at top and bottom.
Flyer, come on, take a seat, a cozy space in our little sparrow, the linen soft, stitched with care, like the days when dreams would float in air. Pins hold tight, the seamstress knows, with the paths hum, the magic flows. Oh, let's wrap this up, just like they did. Those fucker girls, our hearts they've hid. Flyer, come on, take a seat, a cozy space inside our little sparrow. A hammock swings as the pilot's throne, light as a feather in skies we roam. Threads of safety, a web so tight, no breaking through. We'll soar tonight, no crashing dreams or rattled noise, just the calm of heights where hope enjoys. Flyer, come on, take a seat, a cozy space inside our little sparrow. Oh, 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 oh. Don't let the joy drift away in despair.
As is always the case, the bobbin of the bobbin thread is now empty. But just in time, because then I can show you how to fill it up on such an old sewing machine. Here we have the little shuttle in the old sewing machine. There is still a little bit of old thread on the bobbin, but we just wind new thread over it. Now, where's the beginning?
Flyer, come on, take a seat, a cozy space for our
So,
little sparrow.
the bobbin thread spool has all these holes. The end can be threaded through them.
Don't let
Then the first windings are wound tight. The thread is then threaded up here in the thread guide. There is a holder for the bobbin at the bottom here. I can use this lever to clamp the small reel to the large wheel. If I now turn here, the small bobbin is turned by the large wheel and it winds the new thread.
At the pedal, the little gears thrive, whirring faster with a gentle touch.
As a rule, the bobbin then turns with wrong inserted, typical operating error. Well, it always works. Curse you! Ah, that's better now. There you see. Now I turn the large wheel with the crank via the gearbox. This takes the small wheel with it via the contact pressure, which turns the bobbin, and now new thread winds up. And because the guide is slightly curved, the thread always runs nicely from left to right. Grandpa was a clever fellow. Sometimes you have to help a little with your finger, though. I do this until the bobbin is full again. Then I have enough bobbin thread and can start sewing again. Well, never mind. Finished anyway.
Stitch by stitch, a miracle is born. From fabric's embrace, new dreams are born. Covering our
It then goes back into the boat and the whole thing is reinserted.
majestic journeys where the heart can fly. Pfaff and Adler weaving dreams tonight, with every pedal spin and flight. Old machines hum stitch by stitch, building hopes now they soar.
Oh dear, nothing works when the camera is running.
Tight around our fate, one can't do it. Together we create marvels crafted with hands so skilled, in the heart where artistry is filled.
Schlitten mit der Unterfadenspule hier
Back
rein.
and forth, the needles dance, whizzing softly. It takes a chance, a drop of oil, a guiding hand. Thread through the eye, promise so bright. Flyer, come on, take a seat. A cozy space in our little sparrow. The linen soft, stitched with care, like the days when dreams would float in air. Pins hold tight, the seamstress knows. With the paths hung, the magic flows. Oh, let's wrap this up, just like they did. Those fucker girls, our hearts they've hid. Flyer, come on, take a seat. A cozy space inside our little sparrow. Oh, 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 oh. A hammock swings as the pilot's throne, light as a feather in skies we roam. Threads of safety, a web so tight, no breaking through. We'll soar tonight, no crashing dreams or rattled noise, just the calm of heights where hope enjoys. Flyer, come on, take a seat. A cozy space inside our little sparrow. Oh, 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 oh. Don't let the joy drift away in despair. Hold on With each stitch we build our sky, crafted with love, we're meant to fly. So let's take off beneath the stars. In this dream we'll find out who we are. Flyer, come on, take a seat.
The canvas seat is now hung in the fuselage frame for the time being. Of course it will now be sewn up by hand. Then we will soon be able to try it out. As far as the V40 is concerned, the prototype was of course covered with the available printed camouflage fabric at the time, the remains of World War I fighter plane production. Based on the historical photographs of the machine, the fuselage, it looks as if the seat was also made from the camouflage fabric. For the time being I have used unprinted canvas or linen for my replica. I'll have to take a closer look at the old photographs first. The lighting conditions are so poor that you can make out the polygons if you want to, but that's not really proof. However, the dark shade of grey speaks against pure linen, unprinted, compared to the color of the webbing. The next step now is to sew the canvas seat as I have installed it now and check whether everything works, as I imagine it will. To be honest, this is the first time in my life that I've made a canvas seat, a kind of hammock, on an airplane. I've never had one before, but it exists and it works. I've now made it by sewing a tube from a piece of fabric twice as wide as I want my seat to be, and leaving this tube long enough to wrap 3 times around the fuselage frames. So I have 6 layers of fabric eventually, which should also be enough for the aerobatic certification in terms of stability and strength. Total weight of the fabric was about 200 grams now. That's fine with me. Load tests with the seat will follow later anyway. That's what the inspector wants.
Flyer, come on, take a seat. A cozy space in our little sparrow. The linen soft, stitched with care, like the days when dreams would float in air. Pins hold tight, the seamstress knows. With the paths hung, the magic flows. Oh, let's wrap this up, just like they did. Those fucker girls, our hearts they've hid. Flyer, come on, take a seat. A cozy space inside our little sparrow. Oh, 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 oh. A hammock swings as the pilot's throne, light as a feather in skies we roam. Threads of safety, a web so tight, no breaking through. We'll soar tonight, no crashing dreams or rattled noise. Just the calm of heights where hope enjoys. Flyer, come on, take a seat. A cozy space inside our little sparrow. Oh, 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 oh. Don't let the joy drift away in despair. Hold on to this moment, love fills the air. With each stitch we build our sky, crafted with love, we're meant to fly. So let's take off beneath the stars. In this dream we'll find out who we are. Flyer, come on, take a seat. A cozy space for our little sparrow.
Now comes the legendary moment, a very special moment for anyone who has ever built an airplane in their life. The seat is in, and I want to sit in it now. I don't know if the airplane can take my weight, I don't know if the seat can support it, and I don't know if my old bones will play ball. It's always been a question of how to get into this plane anyway, because there's not much space between the wing cutout and the cockpit. I need a ladder, otherwise it won't work. You can't hold on here because it's all covered later. Oh dear, how is that supposed to work? And above all, once I'm inside, how the hell do I get out of it? Guys, this is going to be a fun flight. Getting in is quite a challenge. But I've always said that the real aviator doesn't get into an airplane. He puts on his flying clothes. Once you're seated, it's quite pleasant and comfortable. Oh, I like that seat. Everything works well. Oh man, I think I'm going to sit here for a while now. Steffen, we really need to think about adding a handle here, maybe here directly under the spar. It's not that easy for us. Old fat man. Wow, this is going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it. I like it. But we can't do without a ladder. But let's be honest. Hey, where are you? All disappeared. With a little practicing getting in and out of the plane 2 or 3 times, I'm sure it will work. Tiny plane, right? Oh yes, my goodness. Super. As far as the tank construction is concerned, there is now a small change in the schedules. As you know, the tanks for the 2 aeroplanes have been prepared by 𝔚𝔬𝔮𝔰💪. The poor guy has now suffered a broken metacarpal bone and will be out of action for 6 weeks. We wish him a speedy recovery. Now I have no choice but to finish the tank myself, as I also have to adapt the fairing to the tank nozzles. There's nothing about a breast tank like that, isn't it? Beautiful. There's not much left to do for me though, mainly assembly. That in no way detracts from 𝔚𝔬𝔮𝔰💪's achievement, because he prepared and made all the small bits and pieces that go into such a fuel tank. Of course it's a shame that he can't finish the tanks himself now, but we still build enough gas tanks in the future, don't we, 𝔚𝔬𝔮𝔰💪? The first of the two tanks has now been completed and initially tested for leaks by filling it with water for about 24 hours. This is followed later by pressurization with 0.24 atmospheres of overpressure. However, this only takes place in the aircraft after installation. Firstly, because the length of the filler neck still has to be adjusted to the paneling and cowling, and secondly, because it is theoretically possible that a leak could occur during the movements and bumping during installation. This can be ruled out by testing the installed fuel tank.
So, jetzt gib alles, komm, probier's mal.
And of course, Steffen also is very keen on it and tries out the new seats straight away. And you must keep your body outside of the wing, otherwise it won't work at all. You stand on top of the ladder. No, there's nothing to hold on to.
Ja, könnt mal sehen.
Yeah, sure. If it breaks, then it's broken, then we have to help rebuild it. What are you doing? Now this is how the pilot put on his flying seat. Our fat Steffen. That's where he sits. Very comfortable. Why? You don't have more deflection anyway. Then comes the firewall and that's it. I think so too. I'm also delighted. It really is comfortable. There's also room for your legs. Move the pedals. You don't bump into the trunk either. They brought it out really well. And they weren't taller than you either. What was that? You're the standard height of a man of 1918? Now, tell something. How do you like it? Yes, getting in and out is a matter of practice. You don't have much space. It might probably work better with a step on the fuselage side if you reach over with your leg from behind and your upper body has to stay completely outside until you're sitting on the plane's back. You give it a pull. Pull on the stick. Can you pull further? Or is the belly in the way? How far is this control column from the tube on the seat? Theoretically, there would be room if you were thinner. You could also hang the canvas seat in more steeply, that is, let it sag more. Operate the ailerons, please. We have the levers under control down here, and I actually thought it would be tighter, but we still have 3 centimeters of clearance here. You have to bear that in mind, and that's why I've now fitted the seat a little tighter for me. You can still mount it differently, but you'll get a different seat anyway. The expert and the building regulations say, and it makes sense, that you should install a more stable seat for aerobatics to absorb the lateral forces and offer the body some support. We're already thinking about something, but of course we're staying contemporary. So the other plane won't get just this canvas seat.
Nicht. Ja, genau, mess mal. Was ist alles?
Flyer, come on, take a seat. A cozy space in our little sparrow. The linen soft, stitched with care, like the days when dreams would float in air. Pins hold tight, the seamstress knows with the paths hum. The magic flows, oh let's wrap this up just like they did. Those Fokker girls, our hearts they've hid. Flyer, come on, take a seat. A cozy space inside our little sparrow. A hammock swings as the pilot's throne.
Ja, es sieht schon sehr kompakt aus alles.
In skies we roam.
Der 𝔚𝔬𝔯𝔦𝔰𝔬𝔬 hat auch nicht mehr Platz gehabt. Kompass?
Compass.
Ja, also ich brauche keinen, aber ich meine, wenn man natürlich irgendwo hinfliegen will, wäre es sinnvoll. Das ist schon richtig. Den können wir da genauso reinhängen, wie er in den anderen Fokker-Flugzeugen auch drin war. Aber es sind dann letzten Endes auch wieder noch 1,5 Kilo mehr. Die Frage, ob man das will. Oh, alles im Weg.
Ich muss ehrlich sagen, mit dem Pedal, also mit dem Beinabstand, das passt für mich noch nicht. Der ist für mich noch ein bisschen zu weit. Ich bräuchte noch bis 2-3 cm mehr, dann wäre es top.
That's not a problem at all. We have now installed the rudder pedal in the other way around. That means the tube is at the front. They weren't stupid either. They made it so that you can turn it around. You gain another few centimeters by doing so.
Das sind fast 10 cm für deine kurzen Beinchen. Kann man das machen?
But that's right. Then we splice new ropes. That doesn't kill me either. It's half an hour more work.
Also das reicht mir nicht um. Bier?
Why not? You've got all day. Do you want a beer? A coffee? Now where's your cup? This one? It's empty.
Ist er leer?
Well, sit still, I'll bring you a coffee.
Bleib mal gemütlich sitzen, ich hol dir einen Kaffee. Lass uns mal anstoßen.
So, the first time sitting in your aeroplane is worth a toast.
Das kann man doch dokumentieren, oder?
And just because you can't sit around being lazy all day long, work continues straight away. The rudder is whitened with the roller.
Also Text gerade.
Of course, there is still a lot of minor work to be done on serial number 021. Steffen doesn't always have time, but now he can catch up. Here he is making the aluminum clamps for attaching the turtle deck on the back of the fuselage. Everything is supposed to fit precisely as possible and is therefore adjusted directly on the aircraft to ensure the right angle.
Heben wir es nochmal hin. Was man nicht im Kopf hat, hat man in die Beine. Ja?
in diese Richtung.
Das hältst du nochmal?
Ja, zum Gucken, ich mache ein bisschen mehr Platz.
Ich habe schon gesehen, das ist länger.
Runter, pass auf. Wie viel Spiel hast du? Ja. So. Jetzt die Flügel abschneiden, rund schneiden, Pfeile abfeilen, hier ein Loch reinbohren. 3,5 mm, dass die Holzschraube durchpasst. Dann alles hinheben in Position, dort die Decker drunter markieren und da mit 2 mm vorbohren.
Okay. Gut,
Dann müssen wir die Länge von dem mittleren Stempel noch ausmessen. Gell?
Ja.
Beiseite legen erstmal. Kommen wir zum Schluss. So, wo ist die senkrechte Stütze? Die muss sowieso zuerst runter. Die sollte da jetzt eigentlich auch gestreift drunter passen. Frei, oder? Ja. Hängt da nämlich auch nicht durch, weißt du. So. Was wir jetzt tun sollten, genau. Und dann nehmen wir 2 Nägel und Leim und klopfen das Ding drüben in der Holzwerkstatt nochmal rein.
Ja.
Dann passt es auch, weißt du.
Ja.
Das können wir machen. So, jetzt gehen wir damit rüber in die Holzwerk. Was wir brauchen, ist ein 4 mm Bohrer und ein 3 mm Bohrer. Die nehmen wir nachher noch mit hoch.
Ja.
Wir halten das dann hin und zeichnen hier genau an, wo die
Löcher
Löcher rein müssen.
Ja.
Dann bohren wir es und dann können wir es anschauen. Dann können wir auch die Löcher eigentlich bohren hier unten. Ne, das müssen wir vorher nochmal aus, weil der uns im Weg ist.
Ja.
Also jetzt erstmal das Ding hier festmachen.
Ja, und dann.
Genau, nimm es runter.
So we took the position of the vertical support directly from the fuselage and glued the part in the wood workshop with Ponel. We can use Ponel here without any problems as it is not a load-bearing part.
Nur 2 mm. Nein, die Stunde der Wahrheit.
Pre-drill 2 mm holes for the 3.5 mm thick wood screws so that the wood of the strips does not splinter where the clamps are attached.
Scheibe nach außen.
Und, ja, passt. Fehlerkurvenscheibe.
Also nicht so stark und
In the end, all the parts fit together nicely, and the turtle deck is firmly attached to the fuselage back. I have already mentioned that our aircraft with the serial number 021 is certified in the aerobatics category. For this purpose, the construction regulations specify a fixed seat that can provide support for the body under lateral loads. Instead of a modern seat, we opted for a Fokker triplane style seat. We have now set ourselves the task of fitting it in. It's also about choosing a position so that Steffen fits in comfortably. You can see the whole process here.
Ja, so verkehrt sieht es jetzt auch nicht aus.
Jetzt muss bloß noch der Steffen reinpassen, gell?
Genau, mit seinem fetten Arsch.
Ja, eher die kurze Beine.
Wie so die kurze Füße.
And as we all know, the V40 actually was fitted with a canvas seat. What Fokker would have done if the aircraft had ever gone into production is not known, because only this one prototype was built and flown. However, since our serial number 021 is approved in the aerobatics category, the building regulations and the expert understandably demand a molded seat that also provides lateral support for the pilot. Instead of installing a modern seat, we decided to at least stay contemporary and use the seat from the D01, D6, D7 and D8 fighter series. I still had some of them on my shelf. And that's why we're now doing a trial installation here. It doesn't actually look that inconsistent, and maybe Fokker would have done the same if it had gone into serious production, if the market had been there. Now, all that remains is for Steffen to figure out with his short legs how to install the seat in the fuselage. And that's what we do now.
Wir versuchen es. Fokker 3-Decker sitzt in der V40. Uiuiui. Langsam runter. Nach, lehn dich nicht mit ganz aller Gewalt nach hinten. Und kurze Füße, ja?
Zu kurze Füße.
Das sind die 5 cm, die wir heute mal umdrehen.
Ja.
Und das war nicht schlecht, oder?
Ja, fällt mehr. Aber bequem ist das. Das ist genau.
Ich kann ihn ja weiter nach vorne einbauen.
Das ist nicht schlecht. Ich ziehe jetzt gerade nicht voll nach hinten.
Das muss man nicht langsam. Du spürst ja auch, ob es jetzt nachgibt. Der liegt ja momentan nur hinten gegen der oberen.
Hier liegt jetzt eigentlich voll drin.
Ja, der muss schon hoch. Kannst du nach vorne rutschen?
Ja. Soll ich?
Langsam zurück, ja. Das läuft in der Haltung noch nicht. Ein Balken gucken. stehen.
Und frei.
Kommt schon bis zum Anschlag oder schon bei Unweg?
Auf dem Weg. Ah ne, geht bis zum Anschlag, aber mit Jacke. Oh, jetzt geht
Das ist ja nicht so abziehen.
das jetzt hin, aber wenn ihr jetzt weiter hinter hockt, dann bisschen nach hinten geht er noch.
Höher, ein bisschen nach vorne, ein bisschen steiler. Nein. So konstruiert auch mal eine Halterung dafür. Dann wieder ein Kilo mehr. Nein, nicht ganz. Wie früher, Prototypenbau. Wie das bei Fockerhaus ausprobiert haben. So ähnlich.
Aber das ist klar, du liegst nicht so drin wie da. Aber wenn der jetzt ein bisschen steiler steht und da ist er nicht vorne, 5-6 cm.
Wir können die Motorhalterung abbauen, das Bremsschott abbauen, die Steuerseite auslegen.
Flyer, come on, take a seat. A cozy space in our little sparrow. The linen soft, stitched with care, like the days when dreams would float in air. Pins hold tight, the seamstress knows. With the paths hum, the magic flows. Oh, let's wrap this up, just like they did. Those fucker girls, our hearts they've hid. Flyer, come on, take a seat. A cozy space inside our little sparrow. Oh, 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 oh. A hammock swings as the pilot's thrown, light as a feather in skies we roam. Threads of safety, a web so tight, no breaking through. We'll soar tonight, no crashing dreams or rattled noise. Just the calm of heights where hope enjoys. Flyer, come on, take a seat. A cozy space inside our little sparrow. Oh, 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 oh. Don't let the joy drift away in despair. Hold on to this moment, love fills the air. With each stitch we build our sky, crafted with love, we're meant to fly. So let's take off beneath the stars. In this dream we'll find out who we are. Flyer, come on, take a seat. A cozy space for our little sparrow. Don't let the joy drift away in despair. Hold on to this moment, love fills the air. Threads of safety, a web so tight, no breaking through. We'll soar tonight, no crashing dreams or rattled noise. Just the calm of heights where hope enjoys.
The second fuel tank then followed for the second machine. First, the first chamber was sealed and tested with water for 24 hours. This was followed by further installation of the fuel clock watch mounting flange, for instance, and sealing with a second sidewall. Another 24-hour water test followed, and then the assembly into the fuselage was next. All solder joints are thoroughly filled with solder. Soldering is done soft with tin and flux. You could also work more delicately and with less tin, but the flooding also ensures that no solder joint can burst open in the event of a harder landing, or maybe even an impact.
Tapping, crafting every piece of art. Each notch and groove plays its part. Pour the fuel with a steady hand. Let the engine roar as we take a stand. When the rhythm hits, hear that sound. Metal echoes through the town. Folding, flanging, shaping with grace. A beauty born in this lively space. In this tank, a dream is held tight. Litters of purpose, ready to ignite. Each hammer strike, a pulse divine. Creating jewels as the stars align. Filling necks and outlets so fine they gleam. A sight to behold, it's more than a dream. Rivet heads gleaming, shining bright. In our halls they sing through the night. With every wall and frame that we place, sealed tight like a warm embrace. No spills on this path, just a fiery ride. As the juice flows through, we feel that pride. When the rhythm hits, hear that sound. Metal echoes through the town. Crafting our vision strong and sure. Every note, every beat we endure. Strong and sure, every note, every beat we endure.
Tapping, crafting every piece of art. Each notch and groove plays its part. Pour the fuel with a steady hand. Let the engine roar as we take a stand. When the rhythm hits, hear that sound. Metal echoes through the town. Folding, flanging, shaping with grace. A beauty born in this lively space. A dream is held tight. Litters of purpose, ready to ignite. Each hammer strike, a pulse divine. Creating jewels as the stars align. Filling necks and outlets so fine they gleam. A sight to behold, it's more than a dream. Rivet heads gleaming, shining bright. In our halls they sing through the night. With every wall and frame that we place, endure. When the rhythm hits, hear that sound. Metal echoes through the town. Crafting our vision, strong and sure. Every note, every beat we endure.
Tank construction is a leisure job. The sheet metal is coaxed to where you want it to be with gentle strokes. It's all about stretching and shrinking. For the layman, it can best be compared to plasticine, which is of course much tougher, that is, the metal is much tougher than plasticine. The sheet must be able to flow into and out of itself. Historically, it can be said that Fokker mainly used copper sheet metal for his tanks, although the Inspectorate of the Army Air Force repeatedly pointed out that brush sheet metal should be used according to the building regulations then in action.
Hear that sound, metal echoes through the town, crafting our vision, strong and short. Every note, every beat we endure.
And this is what the finished folded tank edge looks like before soldering. A few minutes ago you saw in this episode how we worked out the seating position to suit Steffen. Now the seat has to be mounted properly in the fuselage. After some consideration I came up with the idea of mounting the seat firmly to the front of the fuselage frame and suspending it in the rear of the fuselage using steel wires. For this I made a solid steel plate with welded on tube loops, which is now attached to the seat with strong 4mm steel rivets. Such a same plate is also attached to the inside of the seat so that the aluminum cannot be teared out. This saves a lot of weight. Are you wondering if this is strong enough? As an example, the steel wire has a tensile strength of about 200 kilograms per square millimeter. I use a wire with a diameter of 2 mm. That's 3.14 square millimeters, or a tensile strength of force of 200 times 3.14, which is 628 kilograms. Since I use 2 of these wires, they can carry a load of around 1.2 tons. This is well above the load required for the seat in the aerobatic certification. And apart from that, most of the load is transferred via the bottom structure right into the fuselage frame.
Flyer, come on, take a seat, a cozy space in our little sparrow, the linen soft, stitched with care, like the days when dreams would float in air. Pins hold tight, the seamstress knows, with the paths hum, the magic flows. Oh, let's wrap this up, just like they did, those fucker girls, our hearts they've hid. Flyer, come on, take a seat, a cozy space inside our little sparrow. Oh, 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 oh. A hammock swings as the pilot's throne, light as a feather in skies.
Well, for this second plane there's no hammock, but the aluminium seat in its ingenious Fokker construction. But this is also covered with fabric, which is also part of its ingenuity. But Steffen will say something about that later.
Open joys, flyer, come on, take a seat, a cozy space inside our little sparrow. Oh, 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 don't let the joy drift away in despair.
The seat and fuel tank are now ready and can be installed, which Steffen and I are about to do now.
Nicht, dass Schraubenkopf nach oben her passt. So, mein Jungs da.
So, sind alle drin?
Ja. Hat lang genug gedauert.
Du kriegst jetzt 2 Unterlagsscheiben und 2 Schritt. 2 Meter. Ja, auch 2 Meter. Dann kannst du dir eine Seite aussuchen. Nicht umdrehen, weil die Tankdeckel stecken momentan nur drin. Das ging mal. Weil wir das noch abhängen müssen. Hier ist schön, weil da können wir noch Platz machen. Guck.
Taschen.
Ich habe ihn auf meiner Seite.
Ich habe ihn auf meiner Seite. Also hast du das vorgestellt? Warte, ganz klar. Du magst nicht. Jetzt.
Der ist 2 cm schmäler wie der.
Respekt.
Der hat reingepasst.
Ja, okay.
Wieder ein bisschen drücken und so.
Versuchen jetzt zu machen. Jetzt. Schon. Länger. Darf ich Kipper bei mir runter?
Nie lange, schon da in den
Dengel, 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 Dengel. Oh, pass auf. Darf ich schon nochmal runter? Den nochmal runter?
Du kannst ihn nicht verkanten, er wird breiter, wenn sie ihn nach unten kippst.
Ja, ich komme hier mit der Lasche nicht vorbei. Muss er?
Ja.
Wie hast du den da reingekriegt?
Das hinlangen, zieh dran.
Darf ich?
Ja, muss ja.
Dann geh wieder runter, ein bisschen wieder runter, da runter ist ein bisschen. Jetzt.
Ist da drin? Und mach da unten eine Mutter drauf. Wenn du da drin bist, mach da eine Mutter drauf.
Ja, Hose.
Das heißt, die holen sie. Wo sind sie? Auf die Hand geben. Hier, nimm die.
Hab's ja da hingeklickt, dass ich.
Ein Quatschkopf. Ich muss sie noch nicht in die Hand, damit sie weglegt. So lange Schäfer brauchst du erstmal nicht. Hauptsache Mutter.
Ich hab meiner dran.
Ich kann loslassen. Ich kann ja nicht mehr runterfallen.
Wo ist denn Sinn?
Ich hab keine Ahnung. Hab sie nicht gesehen.
Da ist schon Unterlagschild auf jeden Fall.
Ich 5 Uhr. Ich kann auch mal.
Nee. Heute nicht.
Hey! Einmal ein Profi. Einmal ein Profi.
Ich warte hier. Zurück.
Das auf. Das sieht schon bombig aus.
Muss da nicht erst das Kissen auch rein?
Ne, das liegt ja nur drin.
Das liegt da nur drin.
Dann geht's wieder los mit dem Gefummel hier, gell? Mhm.
Passt schon.
Muss man dann jetzt einfädeln. Irgendwie geht's mit ein bisschen Umfang besser wie letztes Mal, ne?
Nee. Ich kann an Tatsachen nichts ändern. Es geht nicht um Beweihräucherung. Ich film deinen Murks, ist das okay?
Nee, bitte nicht. Scheiße. Oh. Ich glaube, da musst du helfen, Luis. Einer muss drücken, der andere muss schreiben, sonst geht's nicht. So, jetzt Moment.
Deine Aktion. Und Steffen, was meinst du?
Passt sogar vom Seitenruder her auch jetzt. Und kann man immer wieder sagen, das wird so schön warm hinter durch das Luftpolster.
Sag's nochmal.
Beim Fockersitz durch das Luftpolster zwischen Alu und Bespannung hast du eine Isolation und das merkt man sofort, wenn man reinsitzt an den Nieren. Also es wird sofort warm.
Die Körperwärme macht das gleich warm, gell?
Ja, ist wirklich so. Ist echt angenehm.
Und viele, die ihre Nachbauten machen und meinen, sie müssten es besonders schön polstern, die werden das nie erleben.
Ja.
Und die kommen gar nicht auf den Gedanken, dass Fokker sich dabei was gedacht hat.
Ne, ist wirklich angenehm. Also das ist bei mir. Gut, ich darf jetzt keine 10 Kilo mehr zunehmen oder 15, dann wird es eng. Aber sonst.
Und wir haben es jetzt so eingestellt, dass du hinten also definitiv weg bist, auch von der Struktur. Das hängt alles in den Seilen, in den Spanndrähten jetzt. Ich weiß nicht, ob man es sieht. Nach unten wird er auch noch abgefangen, dass er nicht nach vorne kippen kann, aber die Drähte kommen noch rein. Sieht gut aus. Es sieht so aus, als würdest du da reingehören.
Einzigste lassen jetzt, gut, wenn jetzt mal Cowling drauf ist oder von der Perspektive hier.
Verkleidung. Die englische Version spreche ich selber.
Ja. Nee, aber es macht schon, wenn das hier drauf ist.
Ja? Ist auch das Bild entsprechend, das Horizontbild stimmt dann.
Ja. Ich find's gut.
Stoffsitz. Dreideckersitz. Wenn einer drin sitzt, fällt es gar nicht auf, was für ein Sitz drin ist. Gefällt mir. Doch.
Bequem.
Ja. And one more hint afterwards. For those who haven't noticed and are still interested, my Stories of an Aircraft Builder can now be heard on YouTube. They are all true stories that life wrote and that I was able to experience myself. Nothing here is made up, because nobody can just make something like this up. It's all there. Joy, adventure, success, betrayal, perfidy and underhandedness. No more holy shit needed. Entertainment at its best. Have a listen. So far 52 stories have been published. The link to the playlist can of course be found in the video description. Enjoy!
Flying, yes indeed. What was it like back in those days? You can feel it here in so many ways. Flying, oh so vivid, craftsmanship at heart. It's the art that we've inherited. Screwing, drilling, sawing, slicing, welding, milling, sewing, and even planning. All these skills will lift us high above and keep us flying. You can only soar if you forge your own wings. It's the darkness and go. What was it like back then? It's how it can be today. Flying, oh so vivid, craftsmanship shines bright in the workshop. It all comes to life. See how it once was. Step inside the workshop glow. Just like Grandpa cherished back in the days of old. Only better, oh it's true, because we've learned to hold. Workshop watch, take a look and ignite your soul.
Und das war sie auch schon wieder, die Werkstattschau des Museums für Flugzeugbau und technische Geschichte in 𝔚𝔬𝔯𝔬𝔦. Besuchen Sie uns doch mal. Jeden ersten Samstag im Monat von 9 bis 18 Uhr geöffnet. Museum für Flugzeugbau und technische Geschichte in 𝔚𝔬𝔯𝔬𝔬𝔬. Wir freuen uns auf Ihren Besuch.